Well, here throughout the basketball season during halftime, we like to hear from the Leopards on campus, those who help out behind the scenes and beyond. And for more on that, we have Alexa Ross here with our halftime interview.
Thanks, guys. Joining me here, we have Matt Bailey, the head of sports medicine and also the head athletic trainer. Good to have you here, Matt.
Thanks, Alexa. Good to be here.
So, we all know that there are grueling physical demands of being a student athlete. How important is it to balance mental health with that as well?
Well, I think it's very, very important. It's one of the things that we're focusing on more and more is the balance between their physical health, spiritual health, emotional health, mental health. Those things are all tied together. And in the absence of balance, we're not quite poised to be able to be as successful as we could be.
Why has that initiative become so important to you guys, especially this season?
Well, it started a couple of years ago. Dr. Brian Hamelines, our chief medical officer for the NCAA, he started to run some statistics, and he realized that at least 3 out of 10 college students face some type of mental health topic at some point in time during their careers. So he kind of put the charge back on the colleges and institutions and said, you really need to make mental health a point of awareness. So over a few months, we had some great collegiality of some incredible supporters here on campus. Dr. Goldstein up in the Health Center, Dr. Karen Forbes and her staff in the Counseling Center, Dr. Alex Hendrickson in spiritual and religious life, as well as a local alum, Dr. Jared Spencer and his staff at Mind of the Athlete, Dr. Megan Cannon and Dr. Julia Amato in particular. They all helped to formulate a whole program that we've been able to put together.
Well, tell me this, what can students expect to see from the panel this upcoming Thursday?
Well, that's a great question. That's a really, really good question because there's all this program that I just mentioned to see it embraced by those that it's intended for. One of our women's soccer players, she might be someday, Paige Thompson, she actually raised her hand and said, hey, I'd really like to be able to put a panel together to be able to discuss the topics, things that I faced, adversity that I faced, both on a personal level, in the classroom, on the field, and really kind of flip it on its head and have an open dialogue, an honest dialogue of a panel discussion where maybe I can turn around and help some others. And that was incredibly courageous of Paige, but it's really cool. It's really cool to see that come to fruition.
And what kind of speakers should we expect to hear from this? Is it just going to be student athletes, or will there also be faculty as well?
There's going to be a variety of speakers there. There are going to be a couple of student athletes. There's going to be a couple of administrators. So it's pretty cool because we're going to be seeing it from a number of different perspectives. And I think the biggest message alone is just like the title of the whole program says, is you're not alone. We're not really meant to carry whatever it is alone. So that's the biggest message of all.
How important is it to hear from both different groups of people as well?
Well, I think it's hugely important because there's nothing like being able to have a peer group to assimilate with. So whether you're a coach, whether you're a staff member, whether you're faculty, it's largely important to be able to identify with a peer.
And what kind of resources can student athletes go and find if they are struggling?
And that's something else that we also try and emphasize quite a bit, whether it's in our preseason screening period or throughout the course of the year, that there's resources both on campus as well as having direct access to some folks from Mind of the Athlete right here on a regular basis.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Matt Bailey, head of sports medicine. Guys, take it away.
Very much, Alexa, and obviously a lot of people behind the scenes who do such a great job for Leopards Athletics, and Matt Bailey, certainly one of them who's doing a wonderful job behind the scenes to make sure these Leopards are good on the court.